Welcome to our channel, where we share heartfelt, unfinished love stories that are emotional, genuine, and unforgettable. If you feel touched while listening, don't forget to like and subscribe to hear more stories that will stay with you long after they end. On a seemingly ordinary Thursday morning, I was swept away in the gentle chaos of our daily lives, preparing our two little ones for their day at school. At 7:30, the tumult of the evening was momentarily hushed by the sweet, urgent chime of the phone, echoing like a distant promise in the air. A wave of curiosity washed over me as I pondered who might be reaching out at this tender hour of the morning. The caller ID revealed a mysterious number, igniting a spark of curiosity within me. "Is anyone there?" I replied with a gentle hesitation, the phone pressed tenderly against my ear. To my astonishment, it was Amina, my beloved wife, on the other end of the queue. A flutter of curiosity danced in my heart as I pondered the reason behind her call, especially after our tender conversation just the night before. Amina, with her enchanting voice, works for a quaint marketing firm, and the moment she spoke, my heart was captivated. As I nurture our little ones and weave my days from the comfort of home, she dances through the bustling streets, pouring her heart into her work at the vibrant printing company in the heart of our town. Even with our contrasting routines, fate smiled upon us, allowing our lives to intertwine beautifully as we crafted a life of comfort together. In our charming suburban abode, where the warmth of 4 inviting bedrooms embraces us and the shimmering pool beckons for sunlit days, we are blessed with a delightful circle of friends who fill our lives with laughter and joy. Yet, Amina confided in me that on the previous night, as she ventured to the hotel lobby in search of a newspaper, her cherished purse was taken from her. Kindly take swift action to cancel our credit cards and arrange for new ones at your earliest convenience. I have already shared this with Joy, my boss, and she will ensure that new American Express company cards are sent to me overnight, so I can hold them in my hands before I embark on my journey tomorrow. She's also going to send a little something my way to support me during this time. My beloved spoke, her voice laced with concern. "You are typically so careful with your treasures. Could you please illuminate the events that transpired?" With a touch of wistfulness, I found myself momentarily lost in thought, leaving my purse behind at the cashier's counter as I ventured off to seek more pages to turn and stories to uncover. Upon my return, it had vanished into thin air, leaving only a whisper of its presence behind. The cashier softly explained that she was engrossed in assisting another customer and had not perceived anything out of the ordinary. Amidst the chaos, my driver's license lay hidden, a small token of my identity. The hotel, with a sense of urgency, sent their staff to search the nearby dumpsters, hoping to recover what was lost. I long for the moment they find it. Otherwise, I may find myself seeking the embrace of a taxi to whisk me away to today's meeting. Fear not. I will take care of the credit cards with the utmost attention and care. Forgive me, my love, for my momentary lapse. With just a modest sum of $200 nestled in my wallet, I can only hope that our journey remains free of any unforeseen expenses, allowing us to savor each moment together. We can tenderly replace the other cards one by one as time unfolds. Thankfully, the remnants of my beauty arsenal remain in the room, ensuring I will be ready to dazzle for the morning presentation. How are the little ones faring? My heart longs for the moments when we were united, wrapped in the warmth of each other's presence. Allow me to share the tale of what unfolded about 6 weeks past. With a sigh of relief, I managed to put an end to the credit cards before any unwelcome charges could tarnish my peace of mind. Yet, the wallet that held my driver's license and other cherished mementos remained lost. But I chose to set that worry aside for the moment. Life flowed on, as it always does, yet a secret longing stirred within me, yearning to be unveiled. Today, I stumbled upon a delicate statement from Amina's Fidelity account, where she tenderly oversees a separate investment fund, a cherished legacy from the heartbreaking loss of her parents a few years back. I've always cherished her need for privacy regarding this account, but while searching for our home insurance policy, I unexpectedly discovered a folder filled with monthly statements from her personal account. As I reminisced about the inheritance that blossomed to around $350,000 after her parents' departure, A gentle curiosity stirred within me, pondering how much it had flourished since then. To my delightful astonishment, it had blossomed to over $400,000. As I perused the statement, my eyes were drawn to a tender moment captured in time, a withdrawal of $3,000 from the money market account, a delicate gesture made about 6 weeks ago. My heart raced with intrigue as I pondered how she had chosen to spend that money, compelling me to explore the depths of her money market account. To my utter surprise, I found out that she had penned a generous check to a nearby jewelry store merely days after her purse had vanished in the very same city. My heart fluttered with curiosity as I imagined the treasures she might have chosen from that enchanting jewelry store. She had yet to whisper a word about purchasing something for me, and I had not caught her speaking of acquiring jewels for another soul. Though she has a brother, I found myself lost in the mystery of why he would desire a gift so extravagant, one that costs $3,000. After a moment of deep reflection, I felt an irresistible pull towards my computer, eager to explore the enchanting world of the jewelry store's website. I carefully noted their phone number, a small red of connection for future conversations. With a fluttering heart, I reached for the phone and gently pressed the jewelry store's number, anticipation swirling within me. A woman gracefully approached, her presence warm and inviting, as she introduced herself as a representative of the store, her eyes sparkling with genuine interest as she asked how she might assist. With a gentle breath, I shared my name and the details of the transaction that weighed on my heart. I spoke of the troubles we faced with our purchase, hoping to uncover the possibility of a store warranty that might ease our concerns. With a gentle determination, she began to explore the depths of her computer, seeking the elusive transaction, and then turned to him, her eyes filled with curiosity, to ask about the nature of the dilemma surrounding the rings. A fleeting sense of curiosity washed over me as I pondered the enchanting rings she might have chosen. Fortunately, the woman on the phone gently reassured, "Oh, I remember this cherished purchase." When she graced our store with her presence, a shadow of distress clouded her eyes as she revealed the heartbreaking news that her cherished wedding and engagement rings had been taken from her. She yearned to find new ones, a quest that unfolded with unexpected trials and tribulations. As we embarked on our quest to find the perfect solutions to fulfill her desires, she entrusted the company's credit card as a promise, later sending us a heartfelt check to embrace the cost. Now that you've brought up the matter of the rings, allow me to reassure you that our store offers a heartfelt 90-day warranty for such delicate situations. Could it be that the diamond setting has grown a bit unsteady? This situation is filled with intrigue, as she hinted at the idea of replacing the wedding and engagement rings, yet never revealed that they were lost. Instead, her words danced around the theft of her purse, leaving a lingering sense of mystery in the air. It took me a while to embrace this new revelation. "Listen," I gently expressed to the woman on the phone, "I must share my thoughts with my beloved wife before we take any further steps in this journey together. I shall return to you in due time, my dear." With that, I whispered my goodbye to her, my heart heavy with unspoken words. Though she seemed a touch confused, my own sense of bewilderment enveloped me like a thick fog, more intense than any stormy sea. It became ever more clear that the precious rings, symbols of love and promise, should have nestled safely within her purse when fate took a cruel turn and they were stolen away. But why would she keep them close in her purse if she had no desire to hide the truth of her heart from the world? As far as I can tell, there were no barriers preventing the sharing of one's heart's commitments. Yet, as she sought to present herself as unattached in certain social settings, a whirlwind of unsettling thoughts danced through my mind, hinting at the possibility that she may have entertained the notion of a clandestine romance during her time away from home. The very thought of it sent a flutter of unease through my heart. After 11 beautiful years of marriage, our hearts were filled with joy as we embraced the love of our two precious children, Hafiz, who is 7, and Nurul, who is 6. I thought our love was unbreakable, and our life together was a beautiful dream come true. Our life together felt like a beautiful dream, or at least that's what I had convinced myself. She embarked on monthly journeys, lingering for 2 or 3 enchanting nights in faraway cities. If she held desires of such nature, she may have perceived it as a subtle chance for something more profound. It appeared that the loss of the rings had cast a shadow over her heart, prompting her to seek out replacements that mirrored the beauty of the originals. With my humble earnings, I had chosen those rings, each one a symbol of my affection, not extravagant but filled with meaning. Creating a near replica was a simple endeavor, yet it held the promise of something beautiful. She had the option to share the news of her loss with the insurance company, yet deep down she knew I would eventually uncover the truth. If her purse was truly taken at the hotel, she ought to have shared her plight. My heart ached with curiosity about what she believed was absent from her life. With a fluttering heart, I sought out the hotel's contact number and, with a deep breath, made the call. I inquired about any records concerning the unfortunate incident involving my beloved wife's purse. To their astonishment, they revealed the existence of a written account detailing the incident. With a flutter of anticipation, I reached out for a copy to be sent my way, and soon enough, it arrived, bringing a sweet sense of fulfillment. The report was tenderly crafted and signed by Amina herself. In her heartfelt confession, Amina revealed that her cherished purse vanished like a fleeting dream while she twirled gracefully on the dance floor. She had forgotten her purse at the booth where she had been seated, and when she returned, it had mysteriously disappeared into the ether. With a heart full of uncertainty, Amina gently expressed her reluctance to bring the police into the matter. As I took in this revelation, my heart fluttered with anticipation. Consumed by the weight of my discovery, I realized she had woven a web of deceit, not just hiding the truth about the stolen rings, but also crafting a tale of shoplifting that danced around the reality of her actions. Though other possibilities might linger in the shadows, my heart was ensnared by the haunting whispers that danced through my mind. It dawned on me that I must unravel the mystery of those lost rings, for if I did not, they would linger in my mind, haunting me with their absence and leading me into a spiral of despair. One truth was becoming ever more clear. As she twirled gracefully on the dance floor, the rings nestled within her purse, a secret treasure, while she lost herself in the embrace of a mysterious stranger. Weeks had drifted by since that fateful moment, and soon she would set forth on another journey, her heart fluttering with anticipation. I found myself yearning to uncover every precious detail about the itinerary for her enchanting journey ahead. I yearned to understand the enchanting rituals she embraced in the twilight hours beyond our shared sanctuary. Perhaps if she had been entangled with other suitors, the loss of the rings became a gentle nudge, urging her to reflect on her choices and the path her heart truly desired. As I pondered the possibility of uncovering her betrayal, a heavy weight settled in my heart, for I feared it would shatter the delicate bond we had woven together, leaving our children caught in the storm of our unraveling love. She was undeniably a wonderful mother, yet the idea of her having custody of the children filled me with a deep sense of unease, particularly with her frequent journeys away for work. My heart fluttered, yearning for any sign that could illuminate the depths of her devotion. What other clues might reveal the depths of her heart during her journeys? Did she surrender to the allure of passion without barriers, or did she seek the comfort of protection in their intimate moments? I believed she would choose to safeguard herself, for the thought of inviting home any infections or the shadow of an unexpected pregnancy was something she would surely wish to avoid. After all, I had taken a step to ensure that our family was complete after the arrival of our second child, making the possibility of new beginnings impossible. She knew that she could not depend on the men she encountered be prepared, so she made sure to carry her own supply, just in case the moment called for it. Only one question lingered in the air, heavy with unspoken possibilities. Where did she hide them away? It seemed improbable that she had tucked them away in our home or the car, so the office emerged as the most promising haven for their discovery. She likely took them along on her journeys, a silent companion in her adventures. In the quiet corners of her office, she carefully stowed away her work papers, laptop, and presentation materials in a large briefcase, a trusted companion that held the essence of her ambitions. Yet if the dawn called her away on a flight, she would tenderly gather her belongings the night before, lovingly placing them into a suitcase, ready for the journey ahead. This detail was essential. I felt an urgent need to seize the moment and explore the briefcase before she took her leave. I longed for her next adventure to begin with the soft glow of dawn as she took to the skies on an early morning flight. I chose to embrace tranquilly, holding my composure close, concealing any hint that something was not quite right. As fate would have it, when the children returned from their day at school, I found myself enveloped in a whirlwind of tasks, leaving scant moments to ponder the whispers of my suspicions. Yet, the haunting shadow of her betrayal remained, whispering doubts in the corners of my heart. As Amina stepped through the door after a long day, I realized my heart was tangled in a whirlwind of emotions. As I was lovingly crafting dinner, a dish of beans slipped from my grasp, cascading onto the floor in a delightful chaos. The whirlwind of tidying up and orchestrating the children's adventures left me in a state of delightful disarray. In that fleeting moment, it was a relief that she remained blissfully unaware of the turmoil stirring within me. Once the chaos faded and the world around us was restored to calm, I leaned in and pressed a gentle kiss upon her cheek. We settled at the table, just as we always did, ready to savor our meal and share in the sweet exchange of our familiar banter. In the gentle rhythm of our shared moments, I found it hard to believe she would harbor any doubts about the adventure that awaited her. "Ah, so you're about to embark on yet another adventure in just a few days, are you?" I inquired. "Indeed," she responded, her voice barely a whisper, as if the words were wrapped in a delicate shroud of indifference. "It's a familiar dance, a rhythm that echoes through the days. My heart feels heavy with anticipation, as if the weight of the moment looms over me. My heart urged me to explore further. If your heart isn't in it, have you thought about exploring a different path that might ignite your passion? Your journey with the company has been a beautiful one, filled with moments that have deepened your understanding of its many intricate operations. I believe you possess the grace to flourish in any role that comes your way." She spoke of her longing to embrace new adventures before settling into the comforts of a desk job. Yet, I tenderly reached out to her heart, speaking softly about the children. "And my heart aches for you in your absence," I added, yearning to stir a hint of remorse within you. "I understand, my dear," she replied with a tender warmth in her voice. "My heart aches for each and every one of you." With a heart full of curiosity, I pressed on for more details. "So where is your heart taking you this time? Will you be departing in the morning, allowing us a moment to share together before you go?" As I locked eyes with her, a tender awareness washed over me, knowing our little ones were close enough to catch the whispers of our hearts. Though I endeavored to maintain an air of composure, the fluttering in my stomach betrayed my inner turmoil, rendering the act of eating a daunting challenge. She appeared to believe that all was well, her response reflecting my own emotions in a delicate dance of understanding. I found myself pondering whether she was troubled by some ailment, yet it became clear that her meals were devoid of any true delight. Though my doubts may have been misplaced, the desire to delve into her briefcase remained, as it held the promise of revealing the depths of her devotion. "I'm only going to Denton," she whispered softly, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. "I'll be leaving tomorrow morning at 7:30. I require a spark to sustain me until our reunion on Friday," she said with a playful glimmer in her eye, a wink dancing on her lips. I replied with a light-hearted spirit, striving to keep the atmosphere comfortably familiar. To my delight, a rosy hue spread across her cheeks. Her mention of taking her briefcase home the night before her journey hinted at a seamless departure, as if the office was merely a distant memory before she embraced the adventure that awaited her at the airport. With her seemingly sincere demeanor about the impending journey, shared in the presence of our children and myself, one could easily believe that she had either remained faithful during her travels or had mastered the art of hiding any indiscretions. With a heart full of anticipation, I yearned to unveil the secrets hidden within the depths of her briefcase. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow, Amina returned home, her heart fluttering with excitement for the journey that awaited her. She glided her car into the garage beside mine, her eyes sparkling with a delightful anticipation. This left me pondering whether her thrill stemmed from our exchange or if there was a deeper secret igniting her passion. As she stepped into the house, a sense of ease washed over her, leaving behind the weight of her briefcase, believing it still rested in the car's embrace. As I busied myself with the delicate art of preparing dinner, we found ourselves drawn to the table, where the warmth of the moment enveloped us. With a gentle smile, she inquired if I might fetch her suitcase from the garage once our meal was complete. As I glided into the garage, an unsettling shadow wrapped around my mind, and a wave of panic surged within me. Overwhelmed by a tempest of emotions, it was hard to comprehend how she could turn away from the love we built, the family we cherished, and the bond we shared in such a heart-wrenching way. As the echoes of feelings began to fade, I found myself captivated by the allure of what lay ahead, dreaming of the paths I might take. In the quest to protect our beloved children, I found myself in search of undeniable proof of her betrayal and misdeeds. In the midst of her imperfections as a partner, I found myself cherishing the warmth of her devotion as a mother. The children longed for a nurturing presence to fill their lives with warmth and love. Though the prospect of visitation rights danced on the horizon, my heart yearned for the deeper bond of full legal custody. She must find the words to unveil the heart-wrenching reasons for our separation to her brother and friends. As I stepped into the house, my voice floated from the bedroom, assuring you that everything was ready. Just a small hiccup with a nail. "Okay, thanks," she whispered, her gaze drifting away like a shy flower turning from the sun. In search of comfort, I wandered into the kitchen, reaching for a cold beer, before finding my way to the family room where the children were lost in the enchanting world of their favorite TV show. About 30 minutes later, Amina entered the room, her presence lighting up the space as she gracefully settled beside me on the couch. In that moment, a bittersweet calm enveloped me, yet a profound sorrow surged within as I came to understand that our once joyful family was destined to fade into cherished memories. To my delight, Amina drew nearer and nestled against me. With a soft breath against my skin, she leaned in and asked, "Are you prepared for this evening's enchantment?" After savoring a sip of beer, I responded softly, "I believe so, but my stomach aches with a gentle reminder of its presence." Amina replied with a tender smile, "Oh, that's such a shame, my dear." As she held on to me, Amina whispered sweetly, "I love you," and I instinctively wrapped my arm around her shoulders, my heart a whirlwind of emotions. Even in the shadow of her betrayal, a flicker of affection lingered in her gaze. My heart ached with curiosity as I pondered the reasons behind her actions. Was it for the excitement of temporary connection, or a yearning for a deeper bond than I could offer? Though I may never grasp the depths of it all, one thing remained undeniable. The fracture in my trust for her was painfully evident. As we tucked our little ones in, the warmth of the moment enveloped us. She leaned down to plant gentle kisses on their foreheads, and in that tender scene, my heart ached with the knowledge that by dawn she would be a memory, slipping away like a fleeting dream. Their youthful hearts had grown familiar with her wanderings, leaving only a gentle flutter of unease in their chests. That night, we shared an intimate moment, yet it felt devoid of the familiar fire that usually ignited our souls. Feeling the weight of my unease, Amina leaned in closer, her voice laced with concern. "Is your stomach still troubling you, my dear?" I nodded, a soft smile gracing my lips, and replied, "Yes, but I can handle it." With a heart full of longing, I implored her, "Do you truly have to embark on this journey, or could our love and the promise of forever sway your heart to stay?" In the quiet corners of my heart, I longed for it all to be a fleeting dream, one that would dissolve into the soft embrace of dawn. With a soft sigh, she looked into his eyes and said, "I'm so sorry, my love, but this journey is essential. I will strive with all my heart to conclude my tasks and return to you as swiftly as possible. I can hardly contain my excitement for the weekend we will share together." With a tender sigh, I whispered, "My love, it's time to drift into the sweet embrace of slumber. Awaken with the dawn's gentle embrace, for your journey awaits with the promise of adventure on the horizon." I'll indulge in a quick shower now, allowing the warm water to wash away the day so I can embrace the morning with a heart unburdened. With a soft smile, I responded, my heart fluttering at the thought of what lay ahead. As she gracefully entered the shower, a curious urge tugged at my heart, compelling me to explore the contents of her suitcase and uncover the secrets she had tucked away. Though the attire on the surface appeared professional, I was captivated to discover, upon a more intimate inspection, a collection of her most elegant personal clothing and a little evening attire that rendered her utterly enchanting. With a gentle touch, I honored her personal space, meticulously placing everything back where it belonged, closing the suitcase with a soft sigh before retreating to the warmth of the bed. The night wrapped around me like a velvet cloak, and as the first light of dawn crept in, I heard Amina moving softly. I lay there, heart heavy, deciding to let her slip away without a word, savoring the bittersweet silence between us. As was our cherished tradition, a bittersweet blend of exhaustion and melancholy washed over me. Bending down to plant a gentle kiss on my cheek before departing, she asked softly, "Still not feeling well, my love?" I merely nodded, my heart a tempest of emotions, yearning to break free. As the gentle thud of the garage door echoed through the air, I rose from my slumber, my heart fluttering with anticipation, and gracefully made my way to the shower, where warmth awaited to embrace me. As I gazed into the horizon, a sense of anticipation washed over me, knowing that the day ahead would be a tapestry woven with trials and tribulations. After bidding farewell to the little ones as they embarked on their daily adventures and savoring a warm breakfast, I found myself drawn to the phone book, seeking the elusive services of a private detective nestled within the yellow pages. My heart yearned to find an agency that spanned the nation, ideally nestled in the very city where Amina was destined to arrive. In my quest, I sought out numerous agencies, and at last, I discovered one that had a presence in the enchanting area she called home. With a flutter of anticipation, I arranged a meeting with them for that very morning, yearning for the insights they might share. Next on my journey was the search for a divorce attorney. Upon the gentle suggestion of a dear friend, I sought out the contact details of a particular lawyer, and with a flutter of anticipation, I dialed his number. With a flutter of anticipation, I scheduled an afternoon meeting, yearning for the wisdom of this lawyer to illuminate the path through the daunting journey that lay ahead of us. As I stepped into the private investigator's office, a sense of anticipation filled the air. I shared my worries, my heart racing, and made plans for Amina to be watched closely on that fateful evening she would be away. I shared a cherished image of Amina along with the details of her journey, hoping it would guide them in recognizing her presence. They promised to collect the cherished moments and weave together a narrative of her day once the sun set on her bustling hours. In a moment of shared understanding, they decided to exchange their thoughts through the gentle embrace of email, reaching out to their Denton office. With a promise as sweet as a whispered secret, they vowed to deliver a detailed report by the dawn of Monday, ensuring their connection remained strong and unwavering. With a heart full of trust, I offered a generous upfront payment, sealing our bond with a promise of devotion. In a delicate dance of anticipation, they gently conveyed that, as a prepayment for their services, the promise of capturing photographs might remain elusive. Yet with a fervent commitment, they vowed to endeavor to unveil as many revealing images as their hearts could muster. I found myself in agreement, believing it would be enough. My afternoon meeting with the lawyer unfolded just as I had envisioned, a dance of words and intentions, each moment steeped in the promise of what was to come. He shared that in our state, the journey of divorce unfolds under a no-fault principle, allowing hearts to part without the weight of blame. Yet, as the one who lovingly tends to our children, it seems that the heart of their home will naturally be entrusted to me. It was essential for me to grasp that Amina would be granted significant visitation rights for our beloved children. Moreover, our cherished abode shall be shared in perfect harmony, with each heart receiving an equal portion of 50%. Though our incomes align closely, the tender bond of parenthood would lead Amina to fulfill her duty of support, as I would be the one nurturing our children in my care. The inheritance she received was but a fleeting shadow in my heart, a treasure meant solely for her to cherish and hold close. Their happiness was the light that guided my every decision. I asked the lawyer to ready the essential papers, destined to reach Amina's hands on Monday. With hearts heavy and paths diverging, I gently requested that she leave our cherished home as we part ways in this bittersweet chapter of our lives. The lawyer gently assured me that, as the guardian of the children, I held the power to make this heartfelt request. It was agreed that when the children blossomed into adulthood at 18, we would part with the house, and the fruits of that decision would be shared between us. As I stepped out of the lawyer's office, a warm glow enveloped me, a promise of new beginnings for myself and the children. Meanwhile, Amina would have to confront the shadows of her choices, a bittersweet reminder of love lost. In that fleeting moment, I found myself hesitating to address the delicate intricacies of our finances, insurance, or the tangled web of legal matters that lay before us. I believed I would have ample moments to confront these matters after presenting her with the divorce papers. With the fortune she had received, I thought she would be free from any worries about her portion of our shared dreams. As the final bell rang, signaling the end of the day, I made my way home, my heart fluttering with anticipation as I awaited the arrival of the bus. On that enchanting Friday afternoon when Amina graced us with her presence once more, I tenderly offered to take care of her laundry, but with a gentle smile, she graciously declined, assuring me she would manage it later. A smile danced upon my lips as I realized the delightful mischief that had taken hold of me. In the quiet corners of my heart, I understood the tender reasons she chose to embrace the laundry as her own cherished task. It was essential for her to guard her secret liaisons with the utmost care, shrouding them in mystery and passion. Later, as we lay entwined in the soft glow of the evening, Amina's gentle concern for my lingering stomach troubles filled the air, and she tenderly urged me to seek the wisdom of a doctor. "This has lingered far too long," she declared with a heavy heart. With a light-hearted smile, I shared with Amina my plans to explore a new remedy, suggested by a dear friend, to soothe the lingering troubles of my stomach. I held on to hope that this would mend the rift, and soon bring her back into my arms. As our arms wrapped around each other, her soft whisper danced in the air, revealing how deeply she longed for my presence. On that fateful Monday, as the children embarked on their daily adventures and Amina set off to her own world of work, I found myself enveloped in anticipation when the detective agency's call came through, revealing that a report was finally ready. I assured them I would arrive soon, and in just half an hour, I found myself seated with the office manager, delving into the intricacies of our conversation. The office manager whispered to me that a report, adorned with cherished photos, had been sent from Denton that very morning, like a love letter carried on the wings of time. He confessed that he hadn't found the moments to delve into the entire report, yet with a fleeting glance and a brief look at the images, it appeared undeniably damning. As I held the report in my hands, I began to immerse myself in its pages, each word drawing me deeper into its embrace. The enchanting figure at the heart of the report was none other than Amina Barton. As the clock struck 5:17 p.m., the tale of the woman's journey began to unfold under the watchful gaze of unseen eyes. On a beautiful Wednesday, June 16th, in the enchanting lobby of the Denton Marriott Hotel, her essence was unveiled through the gentle comparison of a photograph, a treasure discovered within the Merrickville office. As I delved deeper into the report, a revelation unfolded before me. She wore a company badge, a delicate emblem that whispered her identity with undeniable clarity. Furthermore, the report intricately captured the graceful movements of the subject, highlighting the elegant briefcase she carried with her. As she stepped into the lift, a gentle presence accompanied her, confirming her arrival at room 414 at precisely 5:23 p.m., a moment filled with unspoken anticipation. The report tenderly revealed that, in that moment, the subject found themselves in solitude. Moreover, the report featured a captivating photograph, labeled Exhibit 1A, capturing the subject in a poised and elegant attire just moments before stepping into the room. As I gazed upon the photo, it became evident that she still adorned her fingers with rings, a lingering symbol of love and commitment. It seems the photo was captured quietly, a fleeting moment preserved through the lens of a mobile phone. The report revealed that the agents had secured a room just opposite the subject's sanctuary. As the clock struck 6:31 p.m., a whisper of anticipation filled the air, signaling that she had stepped out of her sanctuary and was making her way towards the lift, a journey that held the promise of unexpected encounters. As the clock struck 6:32 p.m., the subject gracefully stepped out of the lift, their presence illuminating the lobby with an air of anticipation. The report revealed that she was adorned in the enchanting attire detailed in Example 1B. Upon closer inspection of Example 1B, it became clear that Amina was captivating in a delicate evening attire, elegantly complemented by her high-heeled shoes. She wore a necklace, a cherished gift from me, a symbol of our love on that unforgettable 10th anniversary celebration. Yet, what captured the heart was the noticeable lack of wedding rings adorning her left hand. The photograph revealed with undeniable clarity that she had chosen to forgo them entirely. The report revealed that the staff had secured a room just opposite hers, a subtle closeness that stirred the air with unspoken possibilities. As the clock struck 6:32 p.m., the subject gracefully stepped out of the lift, making their way into the inviting embrace of the lobby. The report revealed that she was adorned in the attire reminiscent of the enchanting description found in Example 1B. As I gazed upon Example 1B, my heart fluttered at the sight of Amina, adorned in a delicate evening attire that hugged her figure just right, complemented by elegant high-heeled shoes that added a touch of allure to her every step. She wore a necklace, a cherished gift from me, a symbol of our love on that unforgettable 10th anniversary celebration. Yet, what captured my attention most profoundly was the delicate absence of wedding rings gracing her left hand. The photo revealed her enchanting allure as she gracefully chose to forgo them. The image known as Exhibit 1D captures Amina and a man spent intimate time together in an affectionate gesture as they sit together in a cozy booth. The depth of their bond radiated beautifully in the image. As the clock struck 8:51 p.m., the report revealed that the two souls departed from the restaurant, their paths intertwined in the soft glow of the evening. They stepped into the lift, hearts fluttering, as it gracefully carried them up to Amina's floor. Another photo, labeled Exhibit 1E, captures the enchanting moment when Amina and the man stepped into her room, specifically room 414. In this image, Amina radiates a charming glow, her eyes sparkling with delight as she savors the enchanting moments of the evening. At 11:13 p.m., the man quietly slipped out of Amina's room, leaving the building behind him, a lingering sense of longing in the air. The document revealed the number plate number of a vehicle belonging to Fareed, who calls 1424 Azalea Drive in Denton his home. In a world where love flourished, Fareed found himself bound in the tender embrace of marriage, blessed with two precious young souls who filled his days with joy. As I immersed myself in the intricacies of the report, it became clear that Amina found herself entwined in a similar embrace the very next night, this time with another suitor. The report carried the elegant flourish of an investigator from Denton, a whisper of intrigue woven into its very essence. This revelation stirred within me a tumultuous storm of emotions, a bittersweet ache that lingered in the depths of my heart. It became evident that my beloved was embracing a life filled with fleeting encounters while she was away from my side. My heart ached as I struggled to understand her choices. It was a betrayal that shattered my heart in ways I never imagined possible. Even the loss of her wedding rings couldn't dim Amina's spirit, as she moved through life with a carefree heart. With a gentle sigh, I settled the bill with the private detective, expressing my gratitude before stepping out into the night, the air thick with unspoken possibilities. I tenderly ensured that 2 extra copies of the report were lovingly preserved on a CD, safeguarding them with utmost care. As soon as I stepped through the door, my heart raced with urgency, and I reached for the phone to connect with my divorce attorney. I inquired about the fate of the divorce papers, and the attorney assured me they were poised for filing. With a heart full of determination, I urged them to begin the filing process, envisioning the moment when the papers would be delivered to her, right in the midst of her daily routine at work, the very next day. The attorney, with a reassuring smile, promised that everything would unfold seamlessly. I felt a flutter of anticipation as I shared her workplace address, trusting in the journey ahead. My heart spoke with unwavering clarity. My intentions were to face the consequences in the midst of the legal battle. Presenting her with the divorce papers at her workplace was not just a moment of sweet vindication for me, but also a poignant reminder of the love that had once flourished between us, now turned to ashes. That night, the air was thick with unspoken words, and the warmth of affection felt like a distant memory. Amina's gaze lingered on me, a flicker of concern dancing in her eyes, as if she could feel the weight of an unspoken truth hanging between us. Though her words were unspoken, a tender hope for my swift recovery lingered in the air between us. Interestingly, she carried an air of mystery, a delicate shyness that I found enchanting. I decided to let it linger in the silence between us, allowing the moment to unfold without my words intruding upon its beauty. The dawn broke softly, and I stirred from a restless slumber, the remnants of the night still lingering in my mind. As I lost myself in the gentle glow of the computer screen, the soft sounds of children stirring from their dreams reached my ears. With a heart full of warmth, I made my way to the kitchen, ready to create a morning feast that would embrace them like a tender hug. As the last bite lingered on my lips, I turned to Amina, my heart heavy with the weight of our parting. With a soft smile, I whispered my farewell, knowing that this moment would forever be etched in my memory. As she prepared to depart for work, she drew near, seeking the warmth of a hug and the sweetness of a kiss. Yet, I playfully wrapped my arms around her, urging her to hurry along her way. In that fleeting moment, I felt a whisper of awareness within her, as if she could sense the enchanting journey that lay ahead. As I gently closed the door behind her, I caught a glimpse of the tears shimmering in her eyes, and with a soft whisper, she declared her love for me. After she left, a deep sorrow enveloped my heart, and I found myself yearning to let my tears flow freely. Yet I swiftly gathered my thoughts, for the little ones needed my care, and I had to ready them for their journey to school. As the clock struck 10:45 a.m., the phone's chime pierced the tranquility of our morning, revealing Amina's workplace on the caller ID, a reminder of the world outside our cozy haven. I picked up the call, silence enveloping us like a soft embrace, as the caller sensed my reluctance to break the stillness with words. With a quiver in her voice and a soft whisper, Amina murmured, "I'm sorry." In the stillness that followed, the air grew thick with unspoken words, and I too found myself enveloped in a profound quietude. Amina vanished into the night, leaving me to ponder whether she was still ensnared in her web of secrets, her heart seemingly untouched by the love we once shared. Though I understood that my anger was warranted, I couldn't help but ponder if perhaps I had been a touch too severe with her. The children, hearts heavy with longing, pondered the mystery of their mother's absence, yearning for her return. To brighten their hearts, I extended an invitation for a cozy dinner at a charming McDonald's cafe. As we arrived back home after our enchanting dinner, the little ones, weary from the day's adventures, drifted off to sleep without a moment's hesitation. The following morning, Amina reached out with a heartfelt request. "My love, may I return home to gather my belongings? May we share a moment together?" At first, a wave of guilt washed over me, but it soon faded like a fleeting whisper in the night. I responded softly, "Why not grace me with your presence between 9 and noon?" As I pressed on, it became clear that soon the children and I would no longer be present. In the wake of our heartfelt discussion, I gently expressed that our meeting would take place in the intimate setting of my lawyer's office, but only after she had signed, notarized, and returned the divorce documents, ensuring that we could navigate this chapter with clarity and respect. "Then I shall hang on to every word that spills from your lips." A soft sob echoed through the line before Amina whispered, "Good." Not long after the phone's quietude enveloped the room once more, she took a deep breath and signed the divorce papers, marking the bittersweet conclusion of our love story. 6 months later, the final chapter of our marriage was written, sealing our fate apart. It was revealed that she was carrying a child from their passionate entanglement, Regrettably, as she tried to keep it hidden from her previous love, fate intervened, and the delicate dance of contraception faltered, especially as the whispers of motherhood grew ever closer. Even if the whispers of her betrayal hadn't reached me through the forgotten rings, the truth would have inevitably revealed itself in the light of day. Whispers danced through the air, hinting that her heart had begun to flutter once more in the realm of love. If she ever finds herself on the brink of love once more, I've contemplated the idea of gently cautioning her future partner about her past indiscretions. It feels so tragic for her to weave a web of deception that causes pain to another's heart. In the quiet confines of my lawyer's office, we found ourselves enveloped in a moment of connection, where I bared my thoughts to her, weaving our conversation into something more profound. With a heart full of longing, she implored me to rethink the choice of parting ways. She expressed the deep ache in her heart over the longing to be closer to our children, feeling the weight of the distance that kept them apart. Yet I found myself confessing that my heart could no longer hold the trust it once had for her. Then she confided that she had sought the counsel of a psychologist who revealed to her the depths of her desires, diagnosing her with emotional impulse disorder. She whispered sweetly, her eyes shimmering with promise, that her once wild impulses were now tamed, held gently in the embrace of her newfound resolve. Even as she poured her heart out, I found myself yearning for something more, something deeper that her words could not quite reach. Though she professed to have her desires under control, the absence of earlier attempts to seek assistance revealed a hesitance that lingered in the shadows of her heart. If only she had acknowledged her desires from the start, perhaps she would not be entangled in this predicament now. As I stepped away from the lawyer's office, her tears flowed like a gentle stream, a poignant reminder of the weight of our shared moment. Having recently rekindled a connection with a dear school friend who shares the whispers of his life, I discovered that he now dances through the vibrant nights at a nightclub. He spoke of encountering my former wife at the club where he spends his weekends, a place filled with laughter and fleeting moments. She dances through the club, meeting new people with her alluring presence and captivating charm. My heart ached at the thought of my children having a mother who seems to wander through life without care. Perhaps my former beloved never truly healed from her insatiable desires. A dear friend of Amina's reached out to me, sharing the troubling news that Amina was not well. She confided that my former beloved was in need of my help, as she had fallen ill with a troubling affliction. Meanwhile, she embraced her adventurous spirit, dancing through life with a heart unbound. My heart ached for her, yet I gently expressed that I was unable to provide the support she sought, nor did I desire to. Amina embraced this way of life, along with the challenges it brought to her well-being. As I stepped back into the world of love, it feels as though destiny has led me to a truly remarkable soul. This woman, of a similar age and having experienced the heartache of divorce, uncovered her ex-husband's betrayal and resolutely refused to accept such disloyalty. Her strength and resilience captivate me, igniting a deep admiration within my heart. It appears that my children have taken quite a liking to her. I feel this is a beautiful journey unfolding, and soon I will be ready to embrace the next chapter of our love story.